one, go.
All right, everyone, it's time for Maru to run some Layers of Fear. So take it away, Maru.
Thank you. My name is EukkMaru, and I'm going to run Layers of Fear today. So the time will start when I first press W. I'll give you a countdown. Time starts in 3, 2, 1, now. So Layers of Fear is a psychedelic horror game made by Bloober Team, which is also famous for games like The Medium and Observer. This is a game about a painter with schizophrenia and lost his wife and daughter. So we're going to walk around the house and collect 6 ingredients for our painting. Oh yeah. And those ingredients are actually the body parts of our deceased wife. Because our painter is insane.
Will you marry me?
And as you can see, there's a lot of parts where we exit through the door where we enter the room, and then we end up at the different place. So there's also a lot of section where we just walk through hallways and try to take the most sharp turns as we could. We're moving into kitchen, and I'm going to shake my mouse for a bit to hit a camera trigger. I don't think I actually, yeah. Good, so now we're about to collect our first piece, which is canvas. Now, this is actually a skin of our deceased wife, if I remember correctly, and we are going to apply it to our painting.
As sharp as a razor. So I used a razor, in fact, and then carefully flayed the skin. Booze helped keep my hand steady.
So as you can see, our painting is slowly changing. And we're moving on to the second chapter of the game, paint. So coming up is the first elevator in the game. There are actually 3 elevators in the game. This one goes up, and the other ones goes down. And in the elevators that goes down, there's a trick we can do, which is called fast elevator, and I'll explain about that when we get to them. So every door in here is locked, so we have to turn around here, and this door is opened. Okay, come on. Thank you. This stair is kind of fun because it's actually faster when you let go of your sprint key and just walk up. Only this stair in the run does this. Other stairs are just faster when you're sprinting, but this stair and the ladder in the library, although we don't use it in the run, does that. And this section, in normal play, you'll get knocked down, but it's a look trigger, so you can just look at the floor, and it saves about 1 second. So this hallway is that door has smaller hitbox than other doors in the game, so it's kind of frustrating to open. In the next section, there's a glitch called Doormat, which is currently banned from any percent, but if done correctly, you can skip like a whole minute. So that door, if you walk at that door at a certain angle, it's pixel perfect. You can actually glitch the door to leave open, and you can just walk out of this room instead of just waiting here for like a minute. Yeah, it's almost impossible to get. And now we're entering the gramophone room. This is the part where we get our second ingredient for our painting. So this gramophone is actually, we can interact it from very far away, so we want to stand as far as we can so we can grab the paint as it falls down from here.
I needed a jar and a plastic tubing.
And
I
the
siphoned
room is
gas
going to
before. I
revert
knew
back to
how it was
original,
done.
and then
I
we can
stuck
exit
the
the room.
tube in a vein and sucked on it until blood filled my mouth. Then put the tube in the jar and it just kept coming. A taste of copper haunted me the entire night. Why didn't I think of a syringe?
We can actually interact with the painting from its back, which is kind of cool. And now we're going to the third chapter of the game, Undercoat. By the way, the paint is the blood of our wife, obviously. That door over there, behind that is blocked, so we're not gonna open it, but we are going to just turn and the door disappears. Up next is a looping hallway, and one of our community members, Karyariga, decompiled the map and found the exact location for the triggers and how they work. So we are just going to take the fastest route available. Oh, I don't think I actually hit it. So just turn on the lights and move through that door. So in this hallway, you're going to be pushed back, and we're actually going to walk backwards, because if you walk forwards, you're gonna get knocked down, and that's about 2 seconds slower than going back. And up next is our first downwards elevator. I'll try to do the fast elevator strat. Yeah, it kind of failed, but you saw that I pushed this lever with my head as I closed the door. So it's only possible in downwards elevator because you have to push the lever to the left. So this section is there's nothing much in this section. Just walk through the hallways, and then you get to this point where you have to turn back into the LSD corridor. So here's another minute long cutscene. So just hit on the piano and everything starts to float. We actually have to wait until the song ends. So you can just swing around the room and interact with the physics object. Or if there's any donations, you can read it now.
Awesome. Well, we don't actually have any donations, but I did want to remind everyone that we're raising money here for the Heartland Animal Shelter. So if you'd like to donate, you can type !donate to get the donation link. So as long as your message is family friendly, it might even be right on the stream. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Okay, thank you. The song is about to end, so we're going to stand here, which is the furthest position where we can interact with the object.
I needed to remove the flesh from the bone.
As you can
At
see,
first, I
the
was
undercoat
lost as
for
to
our
how.
painting is our
Then I
wife's bone.
sawed it off with a handsaw, boiled it, then put the bone in a mortar. I had to get one, obviously. This was not something I'd done before. Finally, I mixed the dust with some white paint. It made for a lovely undercoat.
Hey, do you mind if I hop in with a quick donation here?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So we've got $5 from Playful 1510, who says, "Let's go, Ook. You got this. I wish you an easy witness too. Let's save the animals in honor of Bernie Dog." Thanks so
you,
much, Playful.
Okay, so this section, the doors are very weird. You have to aim for the center of the door rather than its doorknob. And we're going to do a camera trick to skip the room. Yeah. In a normal play, you would look around the room again and again until the doors disappear and your exit doors appear. So this is chapter 4, Brush, and throughout this chapter you would see lots of dolls. These dolls are actually lures. The painter, our protagonist, bought his daughter's dolls whenever he yells at her. So there's actually no name for our painter and daughter. They're just the painter and the daughter. So this is a timed event, so we have to wait until this painting appears, and we have to wait again until this scene ends. So it's kind of bright. It's going to be bright. It's not bright yet. And we're going to do a specific camera trick here again to skip the room change. It's hard to say skip, but we're just going quickly through the change. And there's a strat called Fast Baby, and people say it's an easy trick if you get used to it, but it's still the hardest trick for me. So it saves 7 seconds, and I didn't get it. Okay, so it's not that bad. I might have just lost 1 or 2 seconds, but we're basically looking at the right side wall, so when we get up, we're directly looking at our exit doors. So in this room, there's again a minute-long cutscene, but recently we found a way to skip a portion of it uh, by using a zoom feature, which might seem kind of useless in a horror game, but by zooming in and out at a certain angle, we can glitch the camera and skip one lap of the carousel ride. Right. And we got it. So look at the wall on the left. It's going to change suddenly. Yeah. And we just have to sit here for another 40 or 30 seconds. So as soon as the cutscene ends, we're going to the bed and grab the brush.
This was a special brush, like a horsehair brush, but different. At that point, I hesitated. Will this really work? Fuck it. I was already halfway through, and besides, it's not like I can just put it all back and forget the whole thing.
Before we go into the painting room, we're going to meet baby with a large nose, or with a lip ring. Your call. And we're going into the 5th chapter of the game. Touch. Yeah. At the first part of the chapter, there's looping hallway, but instead of going around and around this, you can just walk between these 2 points to trigger all the room changes. And we can just go into this room. So there's our wife, but we're not going to meet her because we're speedrunning the game. And coming up is the second padlock puzzle of this game. There's 3 possible combinations, and normally you would have to solve the puzzle, but we can use zoom feature again to look at the puzzle from far away and just guess the code. So it's dog, so it's 259. There is a YOLO strat for this, which without checking the puzzle, just turn around immediately and enter the rat code, which is the fastest code you can enter. So you can just turn around. You can skip the another minute-long event. Cool thing about this game is that you can actually skip 99% of the jump scares if you just turn around and avoid some suspicious things. Like, don't go into dark places and sort of things like that. And we're about to go into our third elevator. Okay, we failed again, but you see this blood stain over here? If you pull the lever to the right, then it will go up and you're going to meet the ghost of our wife. And you lost a minute and a half or like 40 seconds. I'm not good at like remembering the exact seconds, but yeah, it's a big time loss. You sometimes get reverse fast elevator where your head pushes the lever to the right, and yeah, sometimes it happens.
Talk to me. Why won't you talk to me?
Normally you'd have to scout the room for the phone numbers, but it's not RNG and same every run, so we can just memorize the codes and call the number. There's also a skip here called phone skip, which is also banned because it needs a setup before you start the run, before you press new game.
This solves nothing. It never has. It never will.
We're going to fall down because you're going to fall down anyways if you walk all the way toward the ends. Always fun when you're on a good pace and turns out you got a phone skip. Yeah, that happened to me once, and if you got phone skip, you'd have to like wipe your save files
All of it.
and
All
create
of it.
a brand new one. So here's our fifth piece for our painting,
I
which is
needed
a
something
finger.
to add the, how should I put it?
So we're just going
Final
to
touches.
wait until the dialogue ends,
Finger.
and
I needed
we're going
a
into the
finger.
6th chapter, the final
Chopped
chapter
off,
of the
easier
game.
than sawing a leg. Washed it, dried it in an oven, fell asleep, almost burned it. Will I manage to pull this off?
So the last chapter is called Witness, and it's actually split up into two parts. We just call it Witness 1 and Witness 2. Witness 1 is nothing special. It's just full of hallways and doors with no parent skips or that. So yeah, Layers of Fear is actually a pretty easy game. As you see, the movement is very slow and the gameplay is also slow paced. So this is one of the first game I tried speedrunning, and I'd say it's very good game if you're looking to speedrunning. We do have a speedrunning community Discord, which is very good. Yeah, loud noise, I forgot to mention. Oh my god. So that's unfortunate. I apologize. So you would hear a growl. You obviously don't want to go that way. I forgot to turn it off. So yeah, we're approaching the final phase of the game. Yeah, there's a Luigi board, which is playful's one of favorite parts in the game. Not mine, but yeah, there's a Luigi board, which in Halloween you can trigger some special events. Mr. Bear doesn't deserve a birthday celebration. Yeah, changed my mind. So yeah, I mistakenly just let go of my interaction key, so we have to watch the cutscene again. That's a karma for not saying hello to Mr. Bear, I guess. If it was a real speedrun, it's definitely a game reset. Yeah, you have to hold the interaction key for the whole duration of the cutscene. You'd have to dunk your head in the water 3 times, and you can move on to the final bit, Witness 2. We are going to collect the final item for our painting, which is eyeballs. But we're not going to straight to the paintings room because there's another event before the
Someone
paintings.
had to bear witness. I couldn't just look at my own work. Art and the artist needed an audience, a critical eye on things. I knew what I had to do. I gouged it, scooped it up like ice cream, felt like a butcher, a monster, but at least there was to come something beautiful from all this filth.
So this part is called Witness 2, and as you see, there's a checkerboard, and we are going to collect checkerboard pieces. There's a camera glitch when the object goes through you. Your camera spins without your mouse moving, but luckily we didn't get it this time. So this wall's gonna open. So each of these walls are going to open, and behind these walls are iconic rooms that we've seen so far in the game, such as baby room and kitchen. this and get the weight. Grab the token. And at this point the run's pretty much done. There's like a 2-minute long cutscene left, but there's nothing much you can do here, so it's not a bad pace, I guess.
Yes, that's it. It's beautiful. Perfect. Just like I always imagined. What is this? I don't understand. No. Stop it. Please. I was so close. This time, I almost had it.
So at this part, if you see at the bottom left corner of the screen, you can actually see a limb out of context. And this door sometimes gets stuck and we just clip through the door. This time we didn't, but... So we're at the final part of the game and the time will be ending as I input the final key. Time ends in 3, 2, 1, now. So thank you, shout out to Layers of Fear speedrun community and Horror Games. Hope you guys enjoyed that.